Hey, how's it going? Usually when I'm going to do something, I write it down and then I memorize it and then I break it into little points, bullet points, and then I get on stage and I freeze and I forget it. I didn't have time to do any of that, so I'm just going to tell you my week has been nuts. On Wednesday, I went to the dentist, and that was the first time all week that I had where I wasn't sitting at a computer and I wasn't talking to somebody because people were working on my mouth, so I wasn't talking to anybody. And I had time to think. And I was thinking about how lockdown has changed what we do for entertainment. Like, most of you were watching The Crown. I was getting a crown, so it's kind of the same thing. I finished Netflix, I think, in mid-August, got all the way to the end, and now I kind of don't know what to do with myself. I was thinking that I should try writing more, that I'm a good writer, and maybe I should try writing. And I thought, probably, if we're all locked inside, there might be like higher demand for porn. Because if you can't go out, and I know some of you are going out, but you're not supposed to. If you can't go out and you're inside and you're lonely, like maybe porn. So I thought I might try writing some porn. And I was thinking, okay, well, what is the structure of it? It's like romantic comedy in that it starts with a meet cute, except for usually you don't ever tell each other your names. You just do the meet cute and then get to the meet part of the thing. And I was thinking that a lot of it involves that kind of anonymous encounter. And because of that, a lot of it is repairmen. I've been talking to my friend about this, about how a lot of porn has this structure of a person coming to your house. And somehow that's a good idea. And she said that for her, Cheska Soda involved a German handyman coming to the house. I don't know if you've ever dated a German. Really, you would rather be lonely. So I'm gonna stick with the Czech story, I thought, instead of the German story. But why is the handyman coming to the house such a structure? The reason is, I think, that they come when they say they're going to. And sometimes they're late, and you're still happy to see them. No matter how late they are, as soon as they come, you're happy. But they're never early. And for a lot of us, that's important. And they do what they're going to say they're going to do. You prearrange what you're going to do, and then that's what they do, which is consent, which is very important for some of us. And then when they're done, they leave. They don't like try to eat all your food or anything. They just go. And I thought, yeah, actually, that's almost not just porn. That's kind of an ideal relationship in a lot of ways. I think I'm gifted. I think I'm ready to write this. I'm going to stick in the Czech context. An interesting thing about being an American and living in the Czech Republic is that you can tell a lot about a person by the way they respond to finding out that you live here. Like if you say, I live in the Czech Republic, and they say, oh, Czechoslovakia, well, that gives you an idea about how old that person is. Or if you say, I live in the Czech Republic, and they go, oh, Czech hunter, that also gives you some information about them. One of my friends asked me, is it true that everyone in the Czech Republic is named Václav? And I said, I don't know what you're talking about. Apparently, he watches a lot of porn. I wanted to read you a sentence. I'm an editor, and I wanted to read you a sentence from a text that I edited, written in 1804 about Czech people. Should we observe them from afar, we will find their sun-tanned red-brown faces match the color of their own shadows. And this truly does not strip away any of their manly beauty, which is reflected in their muscular bodies, whose pleasant bodily lines run through their shoulders down to the calves and heels. And this was Josef Rohrer writing in 1804 about Moravians. And yeah, it can be like that out there. So I thought, instead of just porn, what about lockdown porn? And I looked out the window, and well, gosh darn, it's like a film set out there. There are suntanned and muscular bodies delivering food up and down my street. There are pleasant bodily lines running through the shoulders on every construction worker in town, and everyone is getting construction work done now because we're all home looking around our houses going, we better get that fixed. So there's all kinds of men walking up and down the street. lockdown porn seems like a thing, right? And I Googled it to see how hot that field was, and it turns out that it's hotter than step sibling porn. So it seems like a good thing, except for I don't think it's something that we need to write. I think it's something that, at least on my blog, I think it's a thing we're living. I think people are living it, and I thought maybe I shouldn't write about it. Maybe I should get in on it, you know. So I ordered Volt, and yeah, it was late. And the guy came, he had a mask on. I think people who don't want to wear masks overestimate the beauty of the lower half of their faces. I think really some of y'all should wear masks all the time. So the guy shows up with his mask. I'm happy. He pulls the mask down to tell me, sorry, he's late. He has no teeth. This is not what we like. And then he left, and the food was cold, and it was the wrong order. So, I mean, I'm back to celibacy. I don't know how you're doing, but I hope you're doing better than me.